Adventureverse Mission Editor, User Guide. Let's have a look at creating campaigns and how to do that from the start. So go to the Create menu to Campaigns, naturally enough. And here is like your workshop where you can see all the local missions you've made that you're working on and building. Like, here in my one I've got the Scarran Invasion and Reflections. Each of them has a little pop-up button, a collapse button there, where you can see all the various parts of that campaign, the different missions involved. If you want to start a new one, you go to these basic templates here. We've got the island one for our fancy, lovely looking beach island. The basic level is the configurable one, so let's start with that. And I'm going to make a campaign called Adventure Story. It'll be high in alphabetical order as a result. We just type in a name and go create a new campaign, and it creates Adventure Story for us. Yay. And I don't want to quite go in there yet. Because it's a top level campaign, we've got a couple of buttons here. Add a basic level to it, add an island level to it. So I'll add another basic level to it. It suggests a default name, Adventure Story Part 2. Yep, that'll do for now. So we've got 2 levels set up there. So if we go into Adventure Story and edit this challenge quickly, we're going to have a look at where these campaign settings are stored for a challenge. So we've got in the challenge campaign settings, the next one should probably be Adventure Story Part 2. It's top level, so it's the start of a campaign, and we don't need anything in here because we're the top level campaign. So we'll just save that and close, and we'll go back out again, and we'll go back to create campaigns and have a look at Adventure Story Part 2, which is now moved right to the end. Yep, there's Part 2 there. So let's go in here and have a look at this one. And that will have in its campaign settings next. It doesn't have a next one, it's the end of the line. It's not top level, and its campaign is Adventure Story. That's set up for you. It's part of this campaign. So let's just do a quick thing. Instead of multi-story dungeon, we'll make this a KFOR sci-fi theme, and we'll save it. And we'll put in a little objective in here with the faction Tracksuit Mafia. Save, close, and we'll get out of here. Just so we can recognize this level when we come in again. We'll go to the Adventure Story Part 1, right at the end. There it is. And we'll just go and edit the challenge in here. And we'll give this a little quest as well. We'll give it a really easy to complete one. Actually, no, we'll give it a defeat quest again. This one we're defeating some zombies. Right, and our challenge here, just to check, our next one is Adventure Story Part 2. So if we go reset and save and close, we have to defeat the zombies here. And always remember, you don't have to spend all your time testing the game, kicking things. You can just go defeat the zombies. Yeah, end of Adventure Story, continue. And it will now take us to Adventure Story Part 2. Defeat the Tracksuit Mafia. Alright, my changes to the campaign map type didn't seem to quite stick there. Oh well. And we've got that. And then we can go defeat the Tracksuit Mafia, continue, and that, because we're in edit mode, that just takes us back to this part of the level as well. In play mode, that would take us back to the main menu. So there we go. That's the simple way of creating a campaign. If you want to add more missions to it, be my guest. Just find it here again. We can add an island level to the campaign, Adventure Story Part 3. And that gets set up in there. Then we'd have to go in here and link this as the next one from here. and so on. This would be part of the campaign. Let's just do that quickly. Go in here, and when, right, so that's taken properly now. When we're looking at the next one here in the drop list, it can be part Adventure Story Part 2. Okay. Yep, that's the next one. And so on. And when we go into our campaign again, if we go to the top level one, the top card, we'll just collapse the Scar on Invasion so I don't have to keep scrolling past it. If we select this one here, we get an upload button. So when we upload that, it wraps all the campaign, all the characters in them into one big bundle and sends it up to the cloud, to our database, so other people can download it as one big chunk. So, yeah, so that's the basics of campaigns.